Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you had a good start to your week today. Hopefully, we're going to make it a little better for some or most of you this evening throughout our breaks. We're going to hope for good luck for everyone. So what we have on tap tonight is an autographed Hit Parade full-size baseball bat, a Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, a full case of Inception baseball, and a half case of Museum Collection baseball. So we've got a pretty full slate on hand this evening. But before we start ripping into things, we've got a little bit of information to go over. And you know what I just realized? Yeah, I know. I got stuck in messages. I forgot to load the information that we need to go over. So hang tight 1 second, guys, and I will get that up. Just bear with me a second here, please. Okay, thank you for your patience. I should have this ready to display here in just a second. You know, I have a certain routine that I go through every night, right, to get things set up. And tonight I was getting messaged back and forth, and it ran a little later than it normally does. And I got out of my routine a little bit, and then there you go. This is what happens. I forgot to set up the information that we need to go over, but it is just about done. Sorry, I just have to add one screen here, and then we should be able to see it, I believe. And there we go. So I think hopefully I have us added. I'm going to try to switch us over to that and hope for the best here. There we go. Now we're rolling. Thanks, guys. I am sorry about that. Okay, so it is a Monday, right? Yeah, somebody typed that. Richard typed that in there. He goes, yeah, it's a Monday. You are right about that. And hi, Chris. And Chris and Richard and Aaron are all in chat. So hi, guys, to you. Okay, so first thing you need to know here is feedback. And I just have this up here because I get asked about it a lot. I don't manually leave my feedback because I would never, ever stay caught up. So I have it set up to be 100% automated, which basically means to you, anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly, automatically get it in return. The second thing you need to know, and this, you don't need to know this, I just need to say this is the most important part, is to say thanks. I appreciate each and every one of you who stops by and chats with me. You come by and watch the breaks. You bid on the breaks. In whatever way you participate, I appreciate you being here and say thank you for joining me tonight. What we are looking at right now, this is the auctions that are already listed on eBay. So I list new stuff just about every night. They typically run for 5 days. So this is just kind of an overview of what's coming up in the days ahead. There is loads of memorabilia coming up. There are autographed football jerseys, baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, autographed full-size helmets and mini helmets. We've got another triple play baseball box. That one break has a jersey and an autographed baseball and an autographed picture in it. And then let's talk about our case breaks, right? So tomorrow night we're going to break a half case of Elite football, and that is the final quantity of Elite football that I have hanging around here, with the exception of a couple of loose boxes of First Off the Line. I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet. On Wednesday, we will open a full case of Encased, another case of Inception, and a half case of Museum. It'll be the back half of the Museum Collection case that we start tonight. Thursday, our case will be a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures. It's the start of a new case, and we will start a new case of Gold Standard Football. That actually comes out Wednesday. 4th of July messed me all up last week, and I listed it incorrectly. I forgot to list it on Wednesday. Like, I had the days mixed up in my head. Normally we break them on release night. In the case of Gold Standard, we're going to break it the night after release night for the first time. And then on Friday night, we have several things coming out on Friday of this week. One of them is the Gold Rush Series 2 autographed full-size football helmet. Comes out Friday. We're going to break it Friday. It's got a lot of our 2018 rookies have been added to the checklist. If you scroll to the bottom of that listing description, you should see the full checklist. I tried to add it in there. We'll also open a full case of Archive Signature Series Active Player Edition Baseball. That came out on Wednesday, too. We'll open our first case of it on Friday. Leaf Valiant Football comes out Friday night. We will open a case of that. It has 4 hits per box. There are no base cards. Everything's on-card autographs. 3 of the hits are typical. The 4th is graded and, of course, encased because it's graded. And then we'll also break a half case of Gold Standard. When we get to Saturday, we will break another helmet, another case of Leaf Valiant, another case of Encased Basketball, and another case of Inception Baseball. So we have got lots of stuff coming up in the days ahead, not just memorabilia, but all kinds of case breaks as well. On this page, there are a few things to note. First off, this is the order that we're going in. So it is the baseball bat, followed by the baseball jersey, then Inception, and then Museum Collection. So if you're here for Museum Collection, I'm going to say you probably have 30 to 35 minutes, somewhere in that range before we actually start on your product. The next thing, our first 2 breaks tonight, the memorabilia, those are free shipping breaks. Anytime you do a break with me that is completely free shipping, it's going to go out somewhere in the neighborhood 5, 6, 7 days after the auction ends on average. Occasionally I'm able to get it out a little sooner, but for now I am projecting the memorabilia break to be shipped out by Saturday or on Saturday. The paid shipping break tonight, which is Inception and Museum Collection, I am projecting to ship out on Thursday. Slight possibility I can get that out to you sooner, and of course, if I can, I will certainly do so. And the final thing, and this is kind of important, consolation cards, okay? So if you're in one of these breaks tonight and your team is not pulled, you don't get a base card, you don't get the memorabilia item, you literally get skunked in the break, you're still entitled to a base card for your team, and it can be from any year, it can be from any series. I typically track that, well, I always track that for a rolling 90-day period. I typically will ship it out with your next package. So like the next time you hit something, I'll look back and say, okay, here's all these consolation cards that you're due. I'll add them to that package, and out the door they will go. That is how I have it set up to work, particularly on the memorabilia, because that's free shipping. If you get skunked tonight in Inception or Museum Collection, because that is a paid shipping break, your consolation card or cards will ship out with the rest of the break. And if you're in the memorabilia break and you don't want to wait for your next package and you want your consolation card right away in just a plain white envelope with a stamp, shoot me a message on eBay, let me know, we'll get you hooked up. So that is the end of the boring stuff. Now we're ready to rock and roll. 2018 Hit Parade Series 16 Autographed Baseball Bat Break number 4. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Monday night, July the 9th. And of course we're live streaming it tonight as well. You will find that the team names are on the left-hand side. The user ID of our winning bidders are across from them on the right-hand side. And a couple of things that didn't sell, those are right there. They are noted as no bids buyback. So anytime you see that, just means it's a team that was listed for sale, got no bids. So if anything comes out for that team, it hangs out here with me. And a new spreadsheet will go up before the start of every break. So if you're not in this break, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there shortly. Last but not least, I did just take off autofocus. I set the focus manually, and that is why the background went out of focus. But no worries, we should see everything fine. All right, so let's see what we have got going in here tonight. I see Bobby B has joined us. Chris Thomas has joined us. And Aaron says it's a night for the Nationals jersey. Oh, and he feels like it's going to be an Angels bat. This is like weird, guys, because this is so big it doesn't all fit within the camera. I'm trying to show you. There's the number of the box out of 100. Of course, these things are sealed up with, you know, this red tape here. And I'm going to try to cut through the red tape so that I can remove the lid and hopefully not cut my hand off while I'm trying to cut through the red tape. Oh, look at that. Cut through the red tape. I just got that. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I do know why, I guess, because I have to keep them all nice and secure and so that, you know, no one can get in them and look and see what's in there. But, man, it's really hard to do with that little skinny edge on this stupid top of this tube. I have a difficult time always getting, not only getting that cut through, but then getting the top off. Oh, boy. I don't know what team that is. I'm going to have to look that up. So that's who is going to be on our autographed bat, but I have no idea who that is. So we're gonna find out here shortly who that is, because I don't know. Oh, this one's not in a bag either. Usually they come in a plastic bag, but this one's not in a plastic bag. It's just in the tube like that. And I got stuff in the way. I can't even get this thing stretched out. Because he signed all kinds of stuff on here. So there's an inscription. He apparently played in the 70s. He had a no-hitter. He was a Rookie of the Year, etc. And also that came sliding out of there, super weird that it's not in the bag this time, is this, which I guess is our COA SGC Authentic. Okay, so that takes care of our signature authentication, but guess what? I still don't know who this guy played for. So, hang on while I run over here to MLB.com and I'm going to look it up. For the moment, if you are in chat, I can't see you in chat at this exact moment because I'm trying to look this guy up. So, if you're typing stuff in there, I won't see it for a second while I try to look up Mr. John Montefusco. Fusco, I don't know which, but anyway, one of the two. Probably none of those. We all know I butcher the names. That's nothing new. Okay, MLB.com. Give me my stats here, please. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons with the Giants, 1 with the Braves, 2 with the Padres, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Yankees. So it looks like Giants on length of service. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the Giants. So they definitely win on length of service. And if you guys haven't read the bottom of my listing descriptions, it talks all about how this sort of thing works when we pull out something that doesn't have team. Oh, there's the sticker that doesn't have team information on it. But it's a retired player, whatnot. You know, there's got to be a way to determine it. In this case, we do it with length of service. But all that fun stuff you can find in the description down there at the bottom in special circumstances. So if you have the Giants and this is coming to you, be aware of 2 things. First of all, it was not in a plastic bag, so it's just in the tube. And secondly, that little card is also just kind of floating around in the tube. So please make sure that you find that when you receive it, if this is coming your way. All right. So hopefully our jersey will be a little less eventful and we'll just kind of be able to know the answer when we open it. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? If you did not see this a moment ago, if you weren't tuned in or you had something else going on, please take a second and look up there and check out the information about your projected shipping date and also about your consolation cards, because that's important. Oh, and meanwhile, I see, oh, Bobby, you got your stuff the other day. Cool. Wooglin, you are right. It was the Giants. And somebody was, oh, Richard, you were asking, would it go to the last team or the team he played for in 75? It actually goes length of service on that sort of thing. Richard, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of any one of my listings, you should be able to see there in that special circumstances area how all of that sort of stuff is handled. So next up is a 2018 Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey. This is break number 14. Like everything else, it ended tonight on eBay Monday night, July the 9th. And of course, same format with team names and bidder names just across from one another there on our spreadsheet. And yeah, we don't have a whole lot of Gold Rush baseball jerseys left, and they're sold out for the season, for the year. So just the few that we have left, I don't know, got maybe 5 or 6 left. We'll have to kind of make the best of them. Oh, Toby said, dang, I bought the Yankees and I still didn't hit. Oh, Toby, man, I'm sorry. You had the Yankees in the baseball bat, I assume, right? And thinking that you might have some luck there. Well, maybe we'll get you some later on, right? Okay. Somebody says it's blurry. If something looks blurry to you guys, I have been told all in the last few days, all week, that what you need to do is just refresh YouTube, that there's some kind of weird YouTube issue going on, and if you refresh your screen, it'll fix it. That's what I've been told, so I don't know about that. It looks fine on my side, but JSA authentication. When you get your jersey, make sure you hang on to that card. Make sure you look for it. It's usually folded up somewhere within the jersey. And we have, is this Brooks Robinson? I believe it is. Look at that. Nice little signature there and your JSA authentication sticker to match your card. This appears to be a custom jersey, and it is not an authentic, but a nice custom Orioles jersey for Brooks Robinson. So nice little autograph there for the Baltimore Orioles tonight. All right, so the Orioles with the jersey, and of course it was the Giants with the baseball bat, which will bring us next into our case of Inception baseball. Just getting our info set back up to switch over here one more time. And of course, again, remember with Inception, a couple of things different here. It is a paid shipping break projected to go out on Thursday. In this break, if you are skunked, you don't pull a base card, you don't pull a single thing, your consolation card will ship with the rest of the break because it is a paid shipping break. So a little different than the way the consolation cards are handled usually for our other breaks. 16 boxes of 2018 Topps Inception Baseball, full case break number 5. And you guys know the format by now. I will tell you this, I messed up right there. Kansas City Royals, we know they're not on the checklist. And in most of the breaks, I remember not to list them. Or if I forget and list them, I immediately go back and end the auction. Well, I'm kind of stupid and I missed them tonight. I had them listed out of habit. And so they sold, but fortunately I caught it before it was paid. So I sent the high bidder a message about that, canceled that order, and that is with my apologies. Of course, I do not ever endeavor to list things for sale that aren't on, you know, if a team's not on a checklist, of course, I don't want to have them involved in the break if I know that there's no possibility to pull a card. That was just habit. I'm just telling you straight up. I just get on a roll because I list so much. I know all those teams in order by heart, and I just get started and I keep on rolling, and I just forgot and listed the Royals, and I've done that before, but all the other breaks, I realize it usually fairly soon after I've done it, and I go back and end it within a few hours, and this one just slipped right by me. So apologies if you are the person who had the Royals tonight. That was my mess up. It shouldn't have been listed. Well, I've almost got them out of here. The box obviously is almost exactly the size of the inner boxes. There's not a lot of play in there, so it's sometimes challenging to get them out. All right, so Inception Baseball. We have got 1 pack per box. We will have 1 hit per pack that will be usually an on-card autograph, but not always. If it's paired with memorabilia, it might be a sticker. If it's not paired with memorabilia, it'll be on card. We will also find 2 parallel cards in here. Some of those are numbered. Most of them are numbered unless they're green. So the green parallel are unnumbered. Any other color parallel that we pull out of the base cards will be numbered. And what else? Yeah, Ed, I don't know. I mean, is anybody else having a problem with a blurry screen? I mean, on my side, everything looks fine. I watched the break alongside you guys, so I'm not seeing a problem with anything being blurry, but can the rest of you kind of weigh in and let me know if something looks blurry to you, please? Because Ed seems to be having an issue, and he says that he has refreshed, which is what someone else told me took care of that issue for them before. So somebody could weigh in and help me out with that. Okay, so it's no problem there. Bobby, Brad, Jay, Greg, everybody else is Brett. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, Ed. With that, it seems like everybody else is in pretty good shape with it. So maybe you might try, if you're in, I don't know if you're in the app or if you are on the .com or what. I don't know. But you might try, if you're in the app, just closing the app and opening it back up. I'm not sure what would be causing that. That doesn't, I don't know what that would be. Gina, how are you? Gina says you've had problems with some of it, with the spreadsheet being blurry. So I don't know. I've never had that come up until just this past week, and I've had a couple of people tell me that they saw that blurry, but then when they refreshed the page, it fixed it. But then Ed said that didn't fix it for him tonight, and then the rest of you guys are saying that you're not having the problem. So I don't know. That's crazy, isn't it? Terry, these are the packs that make up Inception Baseball. So as I was saying a moment ago, it is 1 pack per box. So I'm just getting all of the boxes for our case opened up at once, so that once we start looking at our packs, we can just keep on keeping on. And of course, there's a couple of case hits we're going to be looking for. Silver Signature should be one of those in here, and also a jumbo patch card. We should find one of those. Each of those things are case hits. And then there'll be a few base cards in each pack. I don't think I talked about that, did I? Talked about our parallels and our hits, and then there's, what, 3, 4 base cards in a pack? Something like that, so. All right, guys, so let's get rolling here and see what we can find in Inception Baseball tonight. So we're starting out numbered to 99 with a little Jack Flaherty and the Cardinals, and then Luis Severino and the Yankees. That's the green parallel. Anytime you see the green ones, they are unnumbered. Our base cards: Tapia, Ramirez, Mookie Betts, Tyler Mahle. Our hit is also Ramel Tapia for the Rockies. That one is, of course, on card and numbered 250. Gina says, how did I become a Reds fan? You know, I was just kind of born into it, I think. You know, my dad is a Reds fan, and we lived in reasonably close proximity to the Reds, probably an hour and a half from our house to the ballpark or something. And yeah, so I don't know. I think it's just kind of how I was raised and just stuck with me. Numbered to 150, Chance Sisco and the Orioles, green parallel, unnumbered, Josh Donaldson. Our base: Garrett Cooper, Clint Frazier, J.D. Davis, and Mike Trout. Our hit is Brett Phillips and the Brewers, and look at that. Isn't that pretty, Brewers? You have a little 1 of 1. That's nice, isn't it? And Bobby says, you think I'm going to pull a Bryce Harper tonight, and you got outbid by $1. Oh, Dale, I forgot to send you that for the one touch, didn't I? I'm sorry. My day got absolutely hijacked again. Um, Several of you know about my elderly neighbor that fell down the stairs and fractured some vertebrae. She was in the hospital and has been in rehab where she continues to be. Meanwhile, I have responsibility for her 7 cats and her house, and there is something that seems like is always going on over there. Vicky Delmonico and the White Sox, that is numbered to 50. And so I had a cat that had to go to the vet today and have surgery and then be picked up and et cetera, et cetera. And it kind of took up my free time where I would have been invoicing you for that one touch and that sort of thing. Paul Blackburn for the A's, Jacob Faria for the Rays, Lewis Brinson Brewers, Dominic Smith Mets were our base cards. And we have a little hit for the Oakland A's. It is Bruce Maxwell to 299. I'm still kind of happy, though, frankly, about the 1 of 1 for the Brewers because, you don't pull a ton of 1 of 1s out of Inception. So, kind of cool, kind of happy about that. Oh, Dale, I definitely won't forget you. I have it in the case already, which, of course, you hung out with me last night after the break while we made sure it fit in there and all that. Usually what happens is when I sort, that's when it will trigger me to send the invoice. And of course, as I said, what I would have been doing with that today, I instead was doing with Neighbor's Kitty. Ichiro, Miami Marlins to 75, and a Carlos Correa green unnumbered. Dustin Fowler, Zach Granite, Hunter Renfroe, and Gary Sanchez are our base. Our hit is Ozzy. How about that? We got a nice Ozzy, too. Ho-ho. That is numbered to 75. Of course, it's a sticker because it's paired with memorabilia, and that's what Topps usually does. But you've got a really nice patch down there, and that's an excellent hit if you have the Braves tonight. Always, always, always. Love it. Oh, Ed, you must have the Brewers tonight. Is that your 1 of 1 coming your way? I'm thinking maybe. Andrew Stevenson for the Nationals, green unnumbered, and Lucas Giolito, green parallel. Those are unnumbered, so I'm not going to say unnumbered every time. The Tigers, the Nationals, the Astros, and the Yankees have our base cards. Our case hit, Corey Seager for the Los Angeles Dodgers to 90 on the silver signings case hit. Wrong sleeve. Let's try that one more time with the correct one this time, perhaps. Doesn't it seem like we pulled Corey Seager before out of silver signings? Or am I just wrong about that? I think we have. Maybe we haven't, but I think we have. Zach Greinke for the D-backs, followed by Jose Ramirez and the Indians, numbered to 150. Ichiro, J.P. Crawford, Jack Flaherty, and Francisco Mejia are base cards. The Twins, Zach Granite. This is our second case hit. Oh, that is so nice. That is so nice. Our case hits came out back to back, and you know what that is, kids? That's another 1 of 1. So how many 1 of 1s do we have in this break so far? Oh, that's right, 2. 2 of them. But that, come on. Look at that patch. That is ridiculous. That is so nice. So Twins, you officially have won the break, all right? Unless something else 1 of 1 comes out more spectacular, I'm just calling it. The Twins just won the break right there with that. That is just awesome. Whoops, I pulled our hit up first, but that's all right. He's up there. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. It is Hunter Renfroe and the Padres, numbered to 99, which, if you have the Padres, you're happy, but nothing right now is going to make me unhappy because I love that Twins card. This is numbered to 75, Brian Anderson and the Marlins. Green parallel is Austin Hayes and the Orioles. Our base, Ryan Healy, Lucas Sims, Harrison Bader, and Miguel Gomez. And we've already got 2 1 of 1s, and we still have a whole bunch left to look at. What if we find more? I hope we do. because I am loving it. Greg, that's your card for the Twins? Oh, man, if that is yours, yeah, that's awesome. I'm surprised you're not like more excited. I love that patch. Tyler Mahle and the Reds, green parallel. Lynn for the Red Sox in a green parallel. Our base, Sean Newcomb, Brandon Woodruff, Alex Bregman, Steven Souza. And then we have a little Clint Frazier coming out for the Yankees. That is another nice looking patch, and this card is numbered to 249. You've got a sticker autograph, of course, because it happens to be paired with memorabilia, which is kind of the way they roll over at Topps. Oh, Greg, then you have got to be thrilled with that card. Well, I mean, you don't have to be, but clearly I'm thrilled with your Twins card. Anyway, Jose Abreu to 75 for the White Sox. Green parallel, Chris Bryant and the Cubbies. Our base, Lynn, Donaldson, DeYoung, and Ian Happ. We have another hit for the Oakland A's, Paul Blackburn to 99. That's hard signed on card. Yeah, that Twins card, I'm just sitting there looking at it. I didn't even stack it in the rest of the stack. It's sitting right there just so I can look at it. So I can gaze upon it for a little bit longer. Because, you know, I won't be keeping it. It goes out the door to you guys. Or to one of you anyway. Francisco Lindor, green parallel for the Indians. Nice low-numbered Clint Frazier. That is to 25 for the Yankees. And then we have Nicky Delmonico, Christian Aurora. Note he is a Tampa Bay Ray on this card. Correctly, a Tampa Bay Ray. But his signatures in here have mostly still been for the Giants. But he's a Ray on that card. Andrew Benintendi and Trey Mancini. And the New York Yankees hit with Tyler Austin, numbered to 75, hard signed. Next up. Let's see what we've got. Jose Ramirez for the Indians. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers, numbered to 75? What was that numbered to? 99, sorry, 99. 75 and 99, the colors look very similar on the card. Sometimes I get them backwards. Berrios for the Twins. Tyler Austin, Yankees. Syndergaard, Mets. Altuve for the Astros. And the Dodgers with a nice little hit here. Alex Verdugo to 99. I'm a fan of that hit. I think the Dodgers did well with that one. I just love Inception. I look forward to it every year. J.P. Crawford and the Phillies to 99. Green parallel, Jose Abreu for the White Sox. Our base, the Phillies, the Braves, the Orioles, and the Dodgers. And then we have a little Blake Snell patch card. Autographed, of course, and numbered to 249 for the Tampa Bay Rays. We better start a second pile. My pile is getting kind of pie over there, so I'm just going to shorten it a little bit. I don't like those stacks to get very high. I don't know, it just makes me nervous. Kenley Jansen and the Dodgers, green parallel. Matt Olson and the A's in a green parallel. Our base, Corey Seager, Giancarlo Domingo, Jonathan Shoup. Our hit is Seth Lugo and the Mets, numbered to 299. We've got 3 left, so if you have not yet hit what you're looking for, you better get your mojo working. Although I have to say, I think our mojo's already been working pretty well in this case with 2 1-of-1s coming out already. So I'm not complaining. Ramel Tapia and the Rockies, that is numbered to 150. Green parallel, Willie Calhoun and the Rangers. The Twins, the Rockies, the Indians, and the Astros are our base cards. Our hit is Ian Happ and the Cubbies. And uh-oh, I just hit something over here that I didn't mean to hit. Sorry, had to wake my screen back up. I was trying to wake it up, and apparently I hit the, sleep button. That is numbered to 75. Once again, you've got a very nice patch and, of course, a sticker autograph there for Ian Happ and the Cubs. Did we already look at those? I guess we did, didn't we? No, maybe we didn't. Yeah, we did. Okay. Just making sure. I'm still a little distracted by the stars in my eyes over the jumbo patch card. Because I'm a sucker for the patch. That's really my thing. You get a nice one that has part of the logo like that, and I am just instantly in love, no matter who the player is. This is to 150, Carlos Correa and the Astros. Green parallel, Brian Anderson and the Marlins. Our base, Bradley Zimmer, Luis Gohara, Adrian Beltre, and Jake Lamb. Our hit is for my Cincinnati Reds. It is Amir Garrett, numbered to 299. And they're still making noises about trading Scooter Gennett, which is just making me so sad because they're also talking about trading Iglesias, and I'm going to be really mad if they trade Iglesias. I mean, like, trade Matt Harvey, right? We got him in for next to nothing, and he sort of fixed himself. Trade him out. Get some value for him. Ramel Tapia, green parallel. Nolan Arenado to 150 for the Rockies. Our base, Brett Phillips, Billy Hamilton, Rizzo, and Banda. And look at that, the Nationals hit with Victor Robles to 50. Nice little on-card, hard-signed auto for the Nats. That was a nice way to end. But you guys saw the Billy Hamilton go through a minute ago. I'm sure if you didn't watch this live, you've probably seen this on a highlight reel somewhere by now. That Billy Hamilton stole second and wound up basically stealing home base because all the way, a full run because of all the errors that the Cubs made. So he was on first trying to steal second, ends up scoring. That is crazy, isn't it? I loved that, though. That's why I love Billy Hamilton. So we're going to go over our numbered cards first. Anytime you see this sort of purple background, it is to 150. When you see this sort of maroon type color, it is to 99. Our pretty kind of aqua color is to 25. This is to 75. It's more red than maroon, but they're very hard to tell apart. But that's, 75 when you see it. The brown to 50. So those are our numbered cards out of this case of Inception, at least the ones that are numbered without something to go along with them. Now to recap, we have the nice Victor Robles, Amir Garrett, Hunter Renfroe. Case hit silver signings is Corey Seager and the Dodgers. We have the nice Ozzie Albies for the Braves to 75. Bruce Maxwell and the A's, Brett Phillips. Our first, we have two one-of-ones in this case. Brett Phillips is one of them for the Brewers. And then there's a Tapia for the Rockies, 250. Next up, Ian Happ to 75 for the Cubbies. Seth Lugo and the Mets. Alex Verdugo and the Dodgers. Tyler Austin, Yankees. Paul Blackburn for the A's. Clint Frazier for the Yankees. Blake Snell for the Rays. You know which one I saved for last. You knew I would. Oh, it's so pretty. Zach Granite and the Twins. It's a one-of-one. It's also a case hit. It's the jumbo patch card, and you're just simply not going to find a better-looking patch than that. That is 20 kinds of awesome squared. It is so cool. And there we go. So that is Inception Baseball, which is going to bring us to Museum Collection. And I'm going to try to figure out, you guys telling me that sometimes the spreadsheet is coming up blurry, and I really don't know why it would be, because that doesn't even have anything to do with the camera, so that's kind of weird to me. But, okay, so when you see the spreadsheet right now, you guys that are in chat, that I'm looking at it on my screen, it doesn't look blurry. So does it look blurry to you right now at this moment in time? I'm kind of waiting. I know there's a delay in chat. So see, Bobby says it's fine for him. What about anybody else? Guys, does this look blurry? Still a mess for Ed, but Bobby says it's fine. So I don't understand why some of you it's blurry and some of you it's not. So anybody else? Gina can't read it. Jay can't read it. That doesn't make any sense. Why would it be like that? And then Brad says it's fine. Aaron says it's fine. Okay, so out of curiosity, Ed and Gina and those of you who say you're having problems, are you in the app or are you on the .com, like through a browser? Versus those of you who say it's fine, are you in the app or are you on the browser? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Ed says he can't read it. Everybody else, well, not everybody, but most of you are saying it's okay. But there are a couple of you that say you can't. So those of you who cannot, which are Ed and Gina that I can see so far, are you on the app or the .com? Ed's on the .com. Aaron's in the app. Gina's on the .com. So it seems like the .com may be the issue. So all I know to tell you guys when it happens is try to reload the page. And some people tell me that fixes it. I don't know if it will, but it seems like those of you who are on the .com are having the problem. Those of you who are in the app are not. So I'm not really quite sure what's going on. But anyway, here's what you need to know. Museum collection I'm projecting to ship out on Thursday. And consolation cards, if you are due any, if you get skunked in museum collection, it will ship out with the rest of the break because it's a paid shipping break, so you don't have to wait. And of course, any consolation cards you might be otherwise due from other breaks will also ship at the same time, as an FYI. So this is 6 boxes of 2018 Museum Collection Baseball. It's a half case break, break number 3. We're going to be starting a brand new case. And what that entails is that I will open up the case. I will remove all 12 of the boxes, number each of them on the end. Then we will use random.org. I'll bring you along with me. And random will determine for us which 6 boxes we open tonight versus which 6 boxes will be opened later in the week when we do break number 4. Gina, I have another question for you because I know you sometimes you watch stuff in replay and sometimes you watch it live. When you watch it in the replay, like the recorded version, the uploaded version, whatever you want to call it, do you still have a problem with it looking blurry to you at that point? Or when you watch it in the delay, does everything look fine? Just out of curiosity. I'm just trying to run down what the possible issue could be, why some of you are seeing it perfectly fine and others of you are saying that the spreadsheet looks blurry to you. So I'm just trying to troubleshoot a little bit and see if I can't figure out what in the world's going on. In replay, it's fine. Okay, so it's not an issue then with recording. It's not an issue with anything that's happening on my end, or it would be weird in the recorded, uploaded version as well. So it's got to be some kind of YouTube thing, but I don't know exactly how to figure out what kind of YouTube thing or how to fix that sort of thing. But we've got to start at least, and we're narrowing things down, and I'll try to see if I can figure out what in the world is going on. All right, so as you see here, I'm numbering each of our boxes. Once again, we're going to open 6 of these. So I'm going to go to random.org. I'm going to bring you along with me, and I will simply type in 1 through 12. I'll hit random a single time, and whatever 6 numbers come up first, we will open those corresponding 6 boxes. Okay, there's our 1 through 12 in there, and here we go. So it has given us 12, 1, 9, 6, 2, and 4. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 12. 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, right? All right, 1, 2, 4, 6, not you guys, 9, and 12. Let me make sure I have the correct. Yes, we have 6. I believe I have the correct 6 corresponding numbers. Let me set these others back in their case and we'll get started. righty. Robert, you said, Robert in chat says he has the same thing happen to him on other people's breaks too sometimes, which again just seems to further cement the idea that it is a YouTube issue. And he says when he refreshes the page, it almost always takes care of it. And of course, it doesn't seem like the app is causing problems for people at all. And also, not everyone seems to be getting the blurry problem even when you're at the .com site. So, very strange. Very, very weird. I don't know. I will try and see if I can run somebody down. And, oh, Ed, I didn't see you say goodnight. I probably have already gone, but if you haven't already gone, thank you, Ed, for joining tonight. I'm glad you got a cool hit out of it. So, as you see in Museum Collection, each of our master boxes has a mini box in it. Each of our mini boxes will have a hit in it. And, yeah, so there's some base cards and numbered parallels and things in here as well. The unnumbered parallels are just kind of like a different kind of, like a more of a gold edge or frame or whatever. And then the numbered ones are still yet another color. You'll know more what I'm talking about as soon as we can get some packs open here. That will tell us a little more. There is a case hit in Museum Collection. Of course, we won't know until we finish this half if we've hit it tonight or if it will be hanging out waiting to go in the second part of the break. But even, no matter which night it goes, there's plenty of good stuff in Museum Collection to keep us happy. And we're going to start off with a nice low-numbered parallel because it's got a red border. You know what that means. It's always low-numbered with a red border. Numbered 250. And that is Alex Bregman and the Astros. We'll take a look at our base. We've got an insert here, Canvas Collection, and that is Nelson Cruz and the Mariners. I kind of chuckle a little bit because, guys, I got to tell you, I think most of the Canvas Collection artwork this year, and it's all done by, I think, different people, but a lot of it is kind of suspect this year. I don't know. It doesn't quite seem like it's up to its normal high standards, if you will. Aaron Nola is the first hit that we're going to see this evening, and that is numbered to 35, a little two-color patch there for the Phillies. I thought there was something on that card, but it was just the dot between the name there. See, I am going blind. Gina says they're trying to kill trees. No kidding. I mean, they do use a ton of packaging in Museum Collection. It's, of course, I complain about that sort of stuff all the time. That is to 150, Honus Wagner and the Pirates. And it's because so much of it is packaged with the idea of that it's still going to be selling in a retail store, or not a retail, well, yes, a retail store, but a hobby store, not like a Target retail store. Matt Olson to 299 for the A's. And that's why they package it that way. But the reality of the situation is that probably the vast majority of their stuff goes as a break. It doesn't really sell out that way as much anymore as it used to. This is an example of the parallel that's unnumbered. It's kind of that, I don't know, mustardy, gold, brown-ish sort of color. Anyway, when you see that, you know it's parallel, and you also know that it is unnumbered. We have a redemption. Look at that. It's Ozzy. Single player signature swatches dual relic autograph. We'll go to the checklist and verify it at the end of the break, but of course we know that that's going to the Braves, but we'll check it out anyway. And did you know in our last case we had, if I'm remembering this correctly, I believe we had an Ozzy redemption in both halves of the case, both breaks with an Ozzy redemption, and then there's another one tonight. Mookie Betts parallel. Our hit here is for the Yankees, Luis Severino. Primary pieces quad relic, numbered to 75. with a couple of little pinstripes in there, which I like. You know I get unhappy if they don't give us a pinstripe somewhere in there. Gina, you said your local store can't get half the new products, and if you're not there when he opens, it's gone. Honestly, that's true of just about anywhere. I mean, my local store even, I used to buy stuff from him, and I still do some, but these days I often get more than he gets, and he has been buying some stuff from me, because most stuff, of course, I take and we break, but sometimes I'll get offered odds and ends amounts. Like if it's a half case or something like that, I'll often just accept it and we'll break it as a half case. But if, you know, somebody wants to give me, say, 5 boxes instead of 6, I would normally just say, no, if you can't at least give me the 6th to make a half case, you can just, you know, do whatever with them. I release them, if you will. And lately, my local guy has been buying those odds and ends because he's had, you know, not enough, can't get enough product himself. He's been in business 20 years. 20 years. And it's like all that sales history with some of these companies, they just don't count it for much, which I think is kind of sad, but that's the reality of the situation. And nobody can get the product they want. I mean, I saw my numbers today from one place for Origins football, which I always have multiple cases of. And one of the places where I always have multiple cases, they are going to give me 1 case. That's it. I asked for, I think, 6 from them. They're giving me 1. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, Origins football is usually not that hard to get. And then what will happen, of course, is a few days after it's been released, a day or 2 later, they'll come back and, oh, they'll suddenly have plenty of it, but you pay a whole lot more money. So that's the game these days. Brian Dozier to $299 for the Twins. So, I don't know. But my local guy, he had a heart attack over the weekend. I was so upset to hear about that. He's such a nice guy. And, yeah, he had a heart attack. Not this past weekend, as in yesterday, but the Sunday prior. So a week ago Sunday, he had a heart attack. That's to 150, Sandy Koufax and the Dodgers. But fortunately, they got him to the hospital pretty quickly, and, you know, he's out now, and he's up and about and moving around, and they say he was very, very lucky, because it's one that could have gotten him, so grateful for that anyway. Jameson Talion for the Pirates. Those are a couple of nice patches for the Pirates. That is numbered to 25, and of course, sticker auto, you know, which again, relics and tops usually equate a sticker autograph. Ah, Jim Armstrong, you must have the Pirates because you're liking that hit. So I'm going to assume that you have the Pirates. And what do we have here? A dual relic for the Mariners, Nelson Cruz and Felix Hernandez. Both nice relics. Oh, yeah, I like both those. It's numbered to 50, and both those are solid relics for the Mariners. Hey, you guys know what came in the mail today? My Kyrie Irving rookie autograph redemption out of 2012 Panini Marquee. Yeah, I bought some Marquee over, when did I buy that? Christmas maybe? I don't know. Sometime probably around that time frame. And I bought it for myself to open, but I didn't open all of it. I opened some and I held some back so I could open it later. That just is hilarious. Like, it's not terrible, okay, but it's really not great. I don't know who did the artwork this year. Anyway, out of the very first box that I opened, it had a redemption for the Kyrie Irving rookie in it. And the Mariners hit again. Robinson Cano to 99, and that's just pretty because they're all 3-1 color and then the yellow, so that's just kind of pretty. So I just turned that redemption in probably, it's been pretty recently, maybe within the last 30 or 45 days, something like that. Of course, it was long since expired, so I did not dream that I would get it anytime soon, if I got it at all. And by golly, it showed up in the mail today from my friends at Panini, who meanwhile still haven't sent me my 2016 Ezekiel Elliott rookie autograph card, which was submitted on time. Still haven't gotten that. Still haven't gotten tons of stuff from 2016. A bunch of my Steelers that were rookies in 16 out of Immaculate and other stuff. Artie Burns, all those guys. Nope, not a one. But yet they send me the Kyrie Irving from 2012 that expired, you know, 3-4 years ago. They send that right away. Yeah, Marquee's fun, isn't it? I mean, I have actually a decent amount of it here. Maybe I'll put some of it in a break. We'll do a mixed break at some point when I create a break that, you know, will take me forever to do. Because I bought, I don't know. I might have bought a whole case of it. I don't remember. But it was on sale, and I like Marquee. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get this. And then when I get the urge to open something, I'll open some of that. Because sometimes I get the urge and I open my expensive stuff. And I probably shouldn't do that as much. That is numbered to 50. And it is Cal Ripken for the Orioles. And you would think, as much stuff as I open every night, that I wouldn't necessarily have the urge. But I really do. Because, you know, this stuff is fun to look at and I enjoy doing it, but I don't get to keep it. Whereas the stuff that I open for myself, well, that I get to keep. Michael, is it Wacha? Okay, let's just go with Michael for the Cardinals. And it is numbered 235. Nice little 3-color patch there if we count our black seam. And I think we will, because I like it. Bobby says, by the time you get redemptions from Panini, the players are retired. Well, this is what I'm talking about, though. Some of them you wait forever, and others, like this Kyrie, I mean, I'm not kidding you. I just turned the thing in. I pulled it a while back, but I just put it into their system, I mean, 30, 45 days ago, 2 months ago at the least, and already at my door. And this is 2/150, Victor Robles and the Nationals. Oh, do I open 2012 Fleer Retro? Oh, no, because that's expensive. That's a lot of dinero, and it's kind of hard to find, by the by. Trey Mancini to 299 for the Orioles. So I have not been opening any of that. But Gina, have you been watching Summer League? I've been watching some of it and mixed in with my Wimbledon. You guys know I'm a tennis fan too, so I've been kind of on my Wimbledon kick for the last week. But mixing in some Summer League in the evenings. And of course, it's been kind of injury-riddled so far. Malik Monk broke his thumb, so he's done for Summer League. He's last year's rookie, but back in Summer League. Marvin Bagley bruised the bone in his hip or his groin. He's out for the summer. Alex Bregman, that is numbered to 199. And we had somebody else who had some strange sort of something happen that they were questionable if they were going to play for the rest of the summer. I can't even remember who that was. It's been kind of crazy, though. But, of course, you can't get too excited one way or the other with Summer League because the way they play there isn't necessarily going to translate. Here's another Robinson Cano. You have one. This makes a bookend for you. It is numbered to 25 and a very nice primary piece right there over on the right-hand side for the Mariners. So, I don't know. Basketball's been crazy. Wimbledon's been fun. I'm still excited to get to football. The more cards we open, the more stuff that comes out for football, the more anxious I get for the season to start. And, of course, Gold Standard coming on Wednesday. As you know, we're not opening it first time until Thursday, just because I messed up. Didn't get it listed right. But that is one of my favorite products. It was in basketball for years. It started in maybe 2010. It was either 2009 or 2010 in basketball. And it was in there every year until this year. There was none in 17-18. Conversely, for football, they had it for 1 year in 2011, and then they didn't bring it back until last year, 2017. So, at least we still keep the brand somewhere, but it would have been nice if we could have just kept it in both sports, but they didn't. Oh yeah, Gina, your rookie for the Celtics is a hot mess. I mean, he missed his introductory conference call. He missed his flight. He missed the first practice. I mean, he's oversleeping. The kid's a hot mess. A hot mess. This is numbered to 99 and is Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers. But I think, isn't he the kid? You know, when you told me his name on draft night, I kept thinking he sounds familiar, but it really wasn't clicking for me. Isn't he the kid that enrolled, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, the kid that enrolled at Western Kentucky University? Sean Doolittle, that is numbered to 149, Nationals, Relic, and Auto. And then left, oh no, that was Mitchell Robinson, wasn't it? Enrolled, left before he ever played a game. Left campus and unenrolled, and then went back and then left again. And I was kind of thinking of that, but I think that might have been Mitchell Robinson. Ozzie Smith is our parallel for the Cardinals. Our hit is Didi Gregorius to 299. Oddly enough, Didi Gregorius has been coming out of all the products recently, with a fair degree of regularity. All of a sudden, there's Didi Gregorius kind of everywhere. Strange. Gina, they do make tennis products. In the past, it has been primarily Leaf that has produced them, and there are some of them that are more expensive than others out of the Leaf line. But they only had Serena for a couple of years, and she just signed an exclusive with Upper Deck, and Upper Deck has some other exclusives, I think. So I don't know if Upper Deck's going to make their own line now for tennis, or if they're just going to incorporate it into Goodwin Champions, or what they're going to do with it. That is numbered to 10, Steven Souza for the Rays. But Upper Deck, I mean, they have Ben Simmons. Now they have Serena. They have LeBron. They have, who else? And they've got a handful of marquee athletes, and they just don't have any decent products to put them in my opinion. Because they don't have any licenses for anything except hockey. So they just kind of end up putting them all in Goodwin Champions, which, I don't know, not a huge fan of having them all just in one place, I mean. Craig Kimbrell to 99. The product Goodwin Champions actually like, but the fact that some of these guys that are exclusive to Upper Deck kind of only show up there is what bums me out. Of course, Panini's got their share of exclusive artists, or why do I keep calling them artists? Exclusive athletes, too. But they've got lots and lots of products, so they show up in more than one place, which is kind of my preference. But if you're looking, Gina, for a rare tennis card, Serena Williams was in Allen and Genter in, oh boy, maybe 2009, somewhere in that range, like 2008, 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. Serena was in Allen and Genter. And the red parallel, which would have been numbered to 10, and I think was a mini, I want to say, a mini red ink of Serena Williams autograph. That would be the card you would want. Because she's not in a whole lot of products. And one of the places that used to make tennis cards doesn't even make them anymore. I can't even think of the name of the company. And there is some nice stuff in Leaf, for sure. But if I were going to get a high-end tennis card, it would be that one. That's probably got the most value. That is numbered to 150. It is Joey Votto and the Reds. Of course, it's also going to be one of the ones that's probably harder to get because you have the Allen and Genter set builders who, whether or not they collect the particular athlete or category or whatever, they just collect Genter in general. And those set builders will snap up a lot of that stuff too. So here's a nice little primary pieces quad relic. You've got Bryce Harper on there, Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, and Steven Strasburg. And I'm trying to see, what is that? Did I miss it? Oh, it's down there in the corner. It's numbered to 99. I could barely see it. It's kind of mixed into the uniform. So that's a nice little quad relic for the Nats. Always good to get a Bryce Harper relic while he's still a National. Oh, I don't know if they have dual Federer McEnroes. I kind of doubt it. Kind of doubt that one. That is numbered to 99, and it is Shohei. Hey, Shohei. So they finally get him back in the lineup. What's he in the lineup, like 2-3 games, and he promptly gets hit in the knee with a pitch. My good grief. The poor guy. I mean, good grief. He was just pinch hitting. They pop him in the knee. He still went out and hit a home run the next night, which was last night, I guess. Cespedes, that is numbered 250. Nice two-color relic there for the Mets. And his whole thing in his news conference was basically just like, thank goodness it went out because my knee is still really sore. Like, that kid just cannot catch a break, right? Poor guy. Our parallel is Roger Maris. A blast from the past there on that parallel. Then we have for the Red Sox, Chris Sale. Oh, that's nice. It should be. It's numbered to 5, so that's why it's nice. So an excellent patch, excellent low number hit, sticker autograph, Chris Sale for the Boston Red Sox, making their life a little happy there. Yeah, he he was a pinch hitter and hit a homer for sure. Yeah, he was. He's not back in the pitching rotation yet. At least as far as I know, he's not planned to be back in that yet. He's still recovering from the UCL sprain. Aaron Nola to 50 for the Phillies, but they put him back into the lineup as a DH a week or so ago, but he hadn't played a game or two till he got popped in the knee with the pitch, so. Bobby B, you said thank you with a big thank you there. Do you have the Phillies? You have the Yankees tonight, didn't you? Or no? Was that a different break? It seems to me that you had teams different than what you normally have. That's what I remember thinking when I was doing the combined invoices. I remember thinking, Bobby doesn't always have these teams. But maybe I'm not thinking of it correctly. Oh yeah, you do have the Yankees. Okay, so I wasn't totally off my rocker there. Oh, and you have the Red Sox. Okay, so that was your Chris Sale. It just didn't pop up for a second. So it popped up after Aaron Nola, and that's why I got confused. I didn't see the Phillies game tonight. You said Nola pitched to Jim. Was it what did he pitch? Fill me in. Tell me about it. Oh, Greg, you have the Phillies tonight. Well, Greg, you're racking up, man. You had that sweet, sweet, sweet Minnesota Twins hit out of Inception. And then you're rolling in some Phillies this evening. You're having a good break tonight, Greg. Congratulations. Beltray is our parallel. And of course, Bobby, you're doing all right yourself with that Red Sox hit. So both of you guys having a good break at the moment. Carlos Martinez for the St. Louis Cardinals /99. And then, of course, the Braves hit Ozzie early on. So the Braves have been happy since the beginning, or pretty close to the beginning. And there's another little Ozzie, an Ozzie parallel for the Braves. Speaking of, here comes a pretty hit. That is a 1 of 1. I tell you guys, we get on these rolls. We really do. We hit the 2 1 of 1s in Inception. Now we're going to pop a 1 of 1 out of Museum Collection. This is Ryan McMahon, 1 of 1 for the Colorado Rockies. They come in waves sometimes, and we're kind of riding that wave tonight. Bobby, 7 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. Nice. Oh, Greg, you hit the bat tonight, too. Hey, Greg, just so you know, the bat will ship separately of everything else because it will ship in that same tube that it came in. Obviously, I'll tape back up that end and everything, but it will ship to you in that same tube, and it will go out by itself. Even though you have other stuff on the invoice, I'll end up printing 2 labels, or I'll print a label from an old invoice or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But at any rate, it'll ship by itself. Everything else will then come, in another package. Gio Gonzalez for the Nationals /25. That's also a nice looking patch. Last pack mojo. Let's see what we can find here. Andrew McCutchen /99 for the Giants. I almost said, you know what I almost said? Pirates, because I'm so used to Kutch being in Pittsburgh, but Giants, in fact, where he is. There is a Canvas Collection Mike Trout. Our last hit is for the Yankees, and it's Gary Sanchez, numbered to 149. So our case hit did not come out tonight, so it's somewhere hanging out over there in those remaining 6 boxes that will open up here in a couple of days to make up the back half of the break. Before we do our recap, we need to go checklist verify Ozzie here. He is, in fact, going to be a Brave, but you also know that I always, always, always go to the manufacturer's checklist if it's an option. Just so it's all up there on the screen and we all know what's going on. So we're going to do the same thing again right now. All right, so he is, what does this say? Single player signature swatches, dual relic autograph. That is a mouthful. All right. Keep an eye out for that so I don't go past it here. I wouldn't think that I would go past it, but it's a lot of scrolling. It's a big checklist. Now you see why I like the Panini one better, right? With all the drop down. No, it's not a quad relic. Single player primary pieces, no. Where is this? Come on. Premium prints, dual autographs. Well, sometime in my lifetime we'll find this on here, maybe. Oh, this might be it. Single swatches. Oh, this is it. Oh, yay. Okay. So now we just have to go down here and find Ozzie, and there he is, and it says the Braves, which we knew, but, I do show them on there. So now it is all officially verified. 100% verified for the Braves. Okay, let's take a look at our numbered cards first. So we have the other stack of parallels that are not numbered. We're not going to recap those right now, just the ones that are numbered. So the McCutcheon, the nice little Shohei to 99, Joey Votto to 150. There's Kershaw, Victor Robles, Cal Ripken, Sandy Koufax, Honus Wagner, and our nice little Alex Bregman to 50. So those are our numbered cards. Let's review our hits. Of course, the redemption for Ozzie going to the Braves. The rest of these, I'm not going to read off all the numbers again. We're not going to necessarily look at the back again because we've already done all of that. This is just a little recap for anybody who might have scrolled to the end if you're watching the tape delay, or maybe you jumped into this break somewhere in the middle and you missed some. This gives you another chance to take a look at them. And after I finish the recap here, I will one final time put up the spreadsheet information about shipping and all such as that. So if you did miss it earlier, or you didn't see it because you fast forwarded and you're watching the tape delay, know that that will be coming up shortly. That is a really nice Aaron Nola to 50. And a pretty Chris Sale 5 of 5, also quite nice. All in all, I would say we had a good half case. Pretty happy with what we pulled for the most part. Hopefully each of you are as well. There's our pretty 1 of 1 out of this case for the Rockies. Always going to be happy to see the 1 of 1s show up. I've been considering doing some kind of something with 1 of 1s, but I haven't quite decided what it would be or how I want to do it yet. So, I don't know. I'm kind of working on some possibilities maybe with some 1 of 1 stuff down the road. So I guess that has this part officially wrapped up. And again, if you want to see any of that spreadsheet info, hang out, and I'm going to put it up for you again here right now. And for those of you who are taking off, heading for the exits, if you will, thank you once again. I appreciate very much you spending some time with me this evening and bidding and breaking and chatting with me. All right, so what you see up there right now, of course, that would be our anticipated shipping dates for each of our breaks tonight. And the bottom 2 breaks, Inception and Museum Collection. If you got skunked in one of those, your consolation card or cards will ship with the rest of the break. If you got skunked in one of our early breaks, the memorabilia breaks, in that one, your consolation card's normally going to ship the next time you have a hit with a card or an item headed your way. Track that for a rolling 90-day period. And if you do want it sent sooner, I can certainly work that out. You just shoot me a message over on eBay and let me know. We'll get you covered. One final spin through the upcoming list. Loads and loads of memorabilia in here. Full-size football helmets, mini football helmets. I believe there are some batting helmets in here somewhere. If I haven't gotten them listed yet, I will soon, although I thought I had them listed. I don't know if I do or not. There are basketball jerseys, baseball jerseys, football jerseys. There's a baseball triple play, which that box and that break will have an autographed jersey, an autographed baseball, and an autographed picture, all in the same break. Loads of that sort of stuff. And then, of course, our case breaks. We'll have Elite Football tomorrow night, and that will finish up what we have for Elite. Wednesday night will be a case of Encased Basketball, another case of Inception, and the back half of this Museum Collection case that we started tonight. Thursday night, we'll do a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures. It's the start of a new case. We will also do a half case of 2018 Gold Standard Football, which came out the day before on Wednesday. We'll start breaking it on Thursday. It will be a brand new case, of course, that will be starting there on Thursday night. On Friday, that's when the Gold Rush Series 2 autographed full-size football helmets come out. Those happen to be filled up with a lot of our new rookies on that checklist. So we're going to bust into some of those, or one of those, the night it comes out. Archive Signature Series Active Player Edition. We're going to open a full case of that on Friday night. Leaf Valiant Football comes out on Friday. We'll open a full case of it Friday night as well. That's the one, has no base cards in it. It has 4 hits per box. All the autographs are on card. There are no stickers in it. 3 of them are typical on-card autographs. The 4th one is a graded autographed card, and it is guaranteed to be graded 9.5 or higher. So Valiant's kind of a fun one to dig into. And then more gold standard. And then, of course, on Saturday, we've got more memorabilia along with the second case of Valiant and another case of Encased and another case of Inception. So that's what we look like up through Saturday night. And, of course, more stuff will be added tomorrow that will break on Sunday as we keep the train rolling. So once again, thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a good day tomorrow. And we'll be back at it tomorrow night. So until I see you next, take care now. Bye-bye.